That's all. We want to do a video of St. Michael's Cathedral in Bridgetown. Looking towards the Queen's Park, North Gate. So this is the entrance to the Constitution River with taxi and minibus terminal right here. The entrance to the Constitution River with taxi and minibus terminal. So I'm in Bridgetown at the moment. Looking back up to the Queen's Park North Gate. Right here. So this is St. Michael's Road here, number 1 beauty supplies here where the Fort Royal garage used to be. This morning I would like to do a video of the Cathedral Church of St. Michael and All Angels. Right here, which is in Bridgetown. Bridgetown is our country's capital. Church Village Green here, which was once a village. People used to live here, but they had to demolish the houses because they were in a bad state, and they pushed them down and relocated the residents to various locations. Ahead of me is the Central Bank of Barbados. This is the Cathedral Church here, which I will be touring now. The Central Bank of Barbados, known as the Tom Adams Financial Center. The Frank Collymore Hall, which has the musical concerts and so on in there. The Central Bank. Yeah. So the Central Bank, which was opened around 1983, or somewhere about. Central Bank here. And this is the Cathedral Church here. And the other half of the Central Bank, which was the original Harrison's College School, Harrison's Free School, which was established in 1733, and then it was later Masonic Lodge. Masonic Lodge was here. Now it is the property of the Central Bank. So this is Price Street here in Bridgetown. This is the main alley. The main alley here. This is Price Street where the popular discount supermarket is. And up here will be Robert Street. And this is all the Central Bank of Barbados. Right here. So this is Bridgetown. Central Bank of Barbados, also referred to as the Tom Adams Financial Center. This is the Vagrant and Homeless Society right here. So I will go into the church now. Harrison's College Free School, the first school for Harrison's College, which was established in 1733, and then it later became the Masonic Lodge. Onto the lodge, the Masons built a big building up in St. George and Charles Robridge. So now the central bank bought over this building, so it's now called the Exchange, a place of mystery and discovery. So I'll go through the church now. Show you guys the Cathedral Church of St. Michael's and All Angels. Do a quick walk through the church. This is the steps to take you into the belfry. So yes guys, welcome to this sacred place. This place of worship. This is an Anglican church. The head Anglican church in Barbados. These are some graves under our feet. This is the pipe organ here, the largest pipe organ in the Americas and in the Caribbean and in Barbados. So these are some tombs beneath our feet. Here lieth interred body of Mary, D.A. of Charles Buckman, Esquire, wife of Hugh Buckman, Esquire, who departed on the 6th of October, 1711 at the age of 29. So yes, guys, beneath our feet are some tombs. This is the Lady Chapel. This is the pulpit here, where the preachers from, the dean. And this is the Lady Chapel here. The Lady Chapel and the choir stall is also here, where the choir sits. The Bishop William Hart Coleridge. So the bishop's throne is here where the bishop sits, and this is the choir stalls here where the choir sits. This is the organ console, the 4-manual pipe organ here. Built by Keith Jones Organ Builders in 1974. But underwent refurbishment a number of times. The current organist is John Bryan. Before John Bryan was John Fletcher, and before John Fletcher was Gerald Hudson. A memorial to Gerald Hudson, born the 13th of October 1897 in Lancashire, England. Organist and choir master of this Cathedral of St. Michael and All Angels from 1921 to 1974, and organist emeritus from 1974 to 1975. Died January 15, 1975. This tablet is erected in his memory by his ever thankful choristers. Even under the organ has tombs as well. So I'll take a little quick walk through the churchyard. It says here, in memory of His Excellency Major General Sir Evan J. Murray McGregor, Chief of the Clan Gregor, Governor of Antigua in 1832, Governor and Commander-in-Chief of the Leeward Islands from 1833 to 1836, and governor of Barbados from 1836 to 1841. He died in 1841, buried in this cathedral in the vault of Alexander Irving, founder of Freemasonry in this island. This tablet is placed by the Clan Gregor Society. This is you go through the south gate now. This is the south gate here that will take you to St. Michael's Road in Bridgetown. The south gate here, the Taylor Cycle Center, looking back up to the town. This is St. Michael's Cathedral, looking back down to St. Mike to Bridge Street. So this church is situated in the heart of the city, Bridgetown. So in this cemetery will be the grave of some prime ministers and national heroes. The grave of Sir Hugh Springer, former Governor General and national hero as well. Sir Hugh Worrell Springer, born the 22nd of June 1913 and died the 14th of April 1994. Governor General of Barbados in February, on the 24th of February 1984 until the 30th of April 1990. His wife, Lady Dorothy Springer, is also buried in here. She was born on the 16th of June 1916 and died the 11th of July 2015. So Sir Hugh Springer is a national hero as well and former Governor General. So, St. Michael's Cathedral in Bridgetown. The grave of Sir Dighton Ward, Sir Dighton Harcourt Lyle Ward, another Governor General. He was born in 1909 and died in 1984. He was the Governor General of Barbados from 1976 to 1984. His wife, Doreen Lady Ward, is also buried here with him. Sir Dighton Harcourt Lyle Ward, Governor General from 1976 to 1984. As I always said, this church has some graves of some governors and prime ministers and national heroes in here in memory of His Excellency Harry Scott Nolans, Chief Commissioner of Ashanti from 1930 to 1932, Governor of the island of Barbados. He assumed the government on the 21st of January 1933 and died on the 12th day of March 1933. So this is one of the oldest Anglican churches in Barbados. It says, this is the history of the church right here. Inside the church, the baptismal font here. To the glory of God and to mark the bicentenary of the arrival of the Right Reverend William Hart Coleridge, First Bishop of Barbados and the Leeward Islands, to the St. Michael Parish Church, on the 29th of January 1825, dated the 29th of January 2025, by the Dean and Parochial Church Council. So back inside the church again, another thing. Looking up at the pipe organ again. Dayton Harcourt Lyle Ward, born 1909 and died in 1984, Governor General of Barbados from 1976 to 1984. He walked with the dignity of true humility, respected and beloved in life, mourned by all in death. This tablet is erected by his widow and children in loving memory of him. The former Dean Howard Critchlow here, who was the dean of this cathedral for 28 years from 1972 to 2000. Another history of the church here. So I think that the dean's grave is somewhere here, up here. Dean Howard Critchlow was buried somewhere up here. Maria Ann Marriage, wife of Mr. Adam Hartfield. She died of yellow fever on the 4th of November 1852 in the 24th year of her age. And of John Marriage, the only child who died at Ramsgate, Kent on the 13th of August 1853, aged 1 year and 11 months. In memory of Sir Thomas Gilbert Carter, Knight Commander of the most distinguished order of St. Michael and St. George, born in Topsham, Devon in 1848. He entered the Royal Navy in 1864, became Treasurer of the Gold Coast in 1879, Administrator of the Gambia in 1888, Governor of Lagos in 1890, and of the Bahamas in 1898, and of Barbados in 1904. Which island he so loved that he returned here to make his home when his official career was over. Then on the 19th of January 1927 at Port. His wife Gertrude Carter was responsible for the layout of Queen's Park up here. The grave of Sir Grantley Adams, a national hero, father of Tom Adams, who was Barbados' second Prime Minister. Sir Grantley Adams was Tom Adams' father. Sir Grantley Adams is a national hero. He was the founder of the Barbados Labour Party in 1938 on the 31st of March. And Tom Adams, Sir Grantley Adams, was also the Prime Minister of the Premier of Barbados from 1946 to 1958 and Prime Minister of the West Indies from 1958 to 1962. His wife Grace is also buried here with him. The grave of Sidney Lancelot Martin, who was born in Jamaica in 1918 and he died in 1991. Paul, Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies from 1965 to 1982. And Principal of the UB campus, Cathedral, here in Barbados from 1964 to 1983. His wife, Lady Martin, is also buried here along with their children, Roger, Philip, and Richard. The last grave, as I said before, they don't bury people in this cemetery anymore, except it is a by grave because the cemetery is filled, so they don't bury people here anymore. The grave of Tom Adams, son of Sir Grantley Adams. Tom Adams was the second Prime Minister of Barbados from 1976 to 1985. He was born in 1931 and he died in office in 1985. Tom Adams was the one responsible for the building of the central bank right here in the 1980s. He was also the one who invented the Spring Garden Highway, now the Mighty Griner Highway, in the 80s, and he also invented the ABC Highway in the 1980s as well, which he did not live to see come to completion. Tom Adams died in 1985, and the ABC Highway was completed by 1989. So he did not live to see the ABC Highway come to completion, but he lived to see the Mighty Griner Highway, which was the then Spring Garden Highway, come to completion. So Tom Adams' grave here. So only certain people will get buried in here now. They were trying to see if they can make Tom Adams a national hero. So father and son, Tom Adams is buried here along with his father. So Grantley Adams. The last person that got buried here was the Dean, Harold Critchlow. So this is all the Cathedral Church here of St. Michael's and Our Angels. Some more graves beneath our feet. So now to leave now, to conclude my video, the Cathedral of St. Michael's and Our Angels here in Bridgetown, Barbados. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed morning. Until next time.